Hello everybody, this is a different video that I've been wanting to do for a little while now. I've reviewed everything that's currently in theaters that I feel that I should review for the time being, so I felt that I want to do something a little bit different and talk about a movie that I grew up with, a movie that had an impact on me, on my childhood and my life for as far back as I can remember. And this movie is Smokey and the Bandit. Now, some of you might think, why are you going to be talking about this movie that's over 40 years old? Can't you talk about something newer? Well, to that I say there are people every day that talk about Star Wars, and I could spend hours talking about how much I enjoy Blade Runner and how controversial it is. So I feel that this movie, seeing as it was the only film that came close to the success of Star Wars in 1977, I feel I can talk about it. And this is going to serve as my tribute to Burt Reynolds, who has unfortunately passed away recently, and I will miss him dearly. He was an actor that I loved, and I saw a lot of his movies. I'm a big fan of Cannonball Run and its sequel, Cannonball Run 2. I've seen Deliverance, and of course, Smokey and the Bandit and Smokey and the Bandit 2. They left a big impact on me growing up. I grew up with the car being in the family, and I really enjoy it a lot. This movie, for those of you who have not seen it, watch it. If you've never heard of it, then that is really unfortunate. Watch it. It is a good movie. And it is a comedy that came out at a time where there were not a lot of movies that were like this. It was very new. It starred Jackie Gleason and, of course, Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, Jerry Reed, and was directed by Hal Needham, who was Burt Reynolds' stunt double in a lot of movies, and they were even roommates for quite a few years. And they had one of the closest friendships in Hollywood. And this movie, it, it has a very simple story. There's a man named the Bandit, played by Burt Reynolds, who is a legend. He does things that cannot be done. He loves a challenge. And he's approached by two men named Big and Little Enos Burdett with a challenge. Get 400 cases of bootleg beer and bring it back in a certain amount of time. And it's a challenge. And being the Bandit and being bribed by the $80,000 that he's offered back in 77, this would have been a lot of money, he accepts it. And he and Jerry Reed go on a mission across the country to go and get this. Along the way, Burt Reynolds, the Bandit, runs into Sally Field, who plays a character named Carrie, who does not want to get married to Jackie Gleason's character's son and has run away. And of course, the sheriff wants to get her back, so he goes on a cross-country chase to try and stop the bandit. And it is a masterfully helmed movie by Hal Needham. Nobody in Hollywood thought he was going to be able to do this movie, and it blew everybody away. And Star Wars was very successful in 1977. But if you were a car person, if you loved reality and things that were tangible in real life, then Star Wars didn't really have much to offer you. And Smokey and the Bandit was not made with a green screen. It wasn't made with a bunch of special effects and computer digital work. It was made with real vehicles, real people that drove cars in real locations and real comedic timing. And it was a really refreshing movie at the time. And I have watched all the Smokey and the Bandit movies. I have the collection sitting behind me, and I'm very proud to have it. It left an impact on me, and I loved it very, very, very much. And when the movie ends, even in Burt Reynolds' words, in his very own words, if you watch Smokey and the Bandit, you see two people fall in love. And to me, love stories in movies, they can either be really sappy and on the nose and just want to drill it into you at any point, and it gets really nauseating really fast. This movie, it feels refreshing. It feels like two people have chemistry. And it may have been to the fact that the two of them, Burt Reynolds and Sally Field, they were a thing at the time this movie was being made. So that may have had a part in it too. And Jackie Gleason, he's one of my all-time favorite comedians. He was gone far too soon, but he was very comedic in this movie. He did not have a script. In his entire career, from everything that I've learned and researched, he never had a script. The director would come to him and say, "This is going to be the scene. What will you think of saying?" And he'd go, "Well, I'm thinking of saying this, this, and this." And the director would be like, "Okay, good, shoot." And they would go for it. And it was just amazing. And all the actors in recent special features and things have said that it was just a riot to film. And you can tell while watching this movie that everybody had a ball doing it. And all the performances in this movie are spot on. I love this movie with a passion. And I am not reviewing this as a movie that is, in theaters or successful. You can't really go into a store like you can with Star Wars and buy something for Smokey and the Bandit, and that's really unfortunate. I don't know why this movie doesn't have the same following as Star Wars does, because it certainly deserves it. I love this movie with a passion. I grew up with it. I love it for its significance in my life, in my family, and its history for me. This movie gets an 8.5 out of 10. The only things I do not like in this movie is that there is a lot of language in this movie, more than I think is necessary, but that was a thing in the 70s. It's something I can look past and still enjoy. I'm the type of person that doesn't really mind language in movies, so that is okay with me. But if you're the type of person that's sensitive to that, it might bother you because it's in this movie quite a fair bit. And other than that, this movie is very well done. It's fast paced. It starts and then it's just a never ending roller coaster ride of fun. So this movie gets an 8.5 out of 10. If you haven't seen Smokey and the Bandit, please watch it. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you didn't mind a video like this. I think I can talk about what I like on this channel, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. Burt Reynolds passed away recently, and this is my tribute to him. He will be deeply missed, but he left an impact on me and a lot of other people. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Check out my other movie reviews. If you have any thoughts on this movie or any movies you want me to review in the near future, please comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much as always, you guys. You have a great day. Take care.